to the republic for which it stands.
One nation, under God.
Indivisible.
With liberty and justice for all.
Guns, self-defense, concealed carry. This is the Patriot Defense Podcast. From the War Room in Idaho's high desert, here's your host, Todd Echols.
And we are back once again into Saturday afternoon, and we are tucked away in the war room somewhere in the high desert of southern Idaho. Joining me this evening, we got the Gunslinger.
Oh, man, I just hit the mic.
We got the Gunslinger.
Me? Yes, I'm here.
And we need to come up with a nickname for this guy.
You got it.
What was it?
Percoset Dean.
Percoset Dean. Percoset Dean and the Guns. Percoset Dean never shows up anymore. I don't remember this guy.
He's running out of Percocet.
My cervical disc herniation is repaired.
Some stranger showed up, wandered into the war room this evening, and we just let him in. We don't know who he is.
Yeah, I was just by emptying trash, and they say, "Hey, dude, you want to come in?
We got this podcast thing. You look like you know about guns.
You might stuff.
You might know stuff." Whoa! Someone's pulling that. Okay.
What? Nope,
I don't know. I don't know what freaking. Anyhow, I'm so sorry. So if you're listening to the podcast, we appreciate it, but I'm sorry. We cannot figure out, and we're not even trying to. We cannot figure out YouTube. YouTube
it's being kind of wonky.
To
be polite.
Is it just me? There's millions of people that make videos on YouTube.
Yeah, they get rich off of it.
They get rich. I can't even get it to recognize anything.
Yeah, there's like this little camera and this
some nights it works.
This machine that does audio, and yeah.
Some nights it works. Some nights it does not. Sometimes when it does work, it cuts us off in the middle of it.
Yeah, there was that one time.
One time?
Or two times.
I'm afraid to go on Facebook now for fear that they'll just shut my Patriot Defense Facebook page down, and I can't have that happen. So Facebook is weird. If I do a live video about guns,
about a run and gun competition,
on Facebook, Facebook Live, they will ban me for a month. But if I do a live video to YouTube and it actually works, I can post that link. That live link to Facebook, and they won't shut me down. Go figure. I have no...
Right.
I must just fly under the radar of their algorithm. I'm not sure.
But they don't censor.
They don't censor.
No. That's what they say. That's what they claim.
They didn't even give me... They didn't even send me a warning. They just shut me down. And not only did they just shut me down from posting live videos, right? But not only did they do it on the regular Facebook page, or my Patriot Defense Facebook page, I have a couple other Facebook pages. I got my Patriot Defense. I got my personal one. I've got one for my son is rebuilding a scout. I got that page, and they linked them all together, and I couldn't post live videos to any of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those dirty buggers.
Those rat bastards.
Damn dirty apes.
You're stupid.
So
see what you're in for?
That's it.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm gonna start with me tonight.
Yes.
And then I'll ask you guys what you've been up to.
Okay.
So this isn't really gun related. I'm a little bit upset. I've been spending all this time and energy fixing up my vehicle for my boy to drive around because he started driver's ed finally.
Oh, have mercy.
And so I'm getting excited, and he's been helping fix this rig up, and it's had this rod knock, not a rod knock, but like a little tick, like a lifter tick or something.
Turned out to be a rod knock, though.
damn near. Right. And I researched how to get rid of it. Finally got it to go away. Then it came back. So then I pulled off the valve cover gasket, and the push rod fell down into the middle into the center of the engine. I fished it out with I feel like we have Facebook Live up, so I can show.
No, you're trying to show it, yeah.
I fished this out of the engine with a magnet, and what used to be straight now looks like a fish hook.
Almost. It's bent pretty good.
It's bent hard, and you should have seen the look in my poor son's eyes when I pulled it. He's like we were so close, Dad. He's worked his tail off on that thing. And then
pretty sure that's not supposed to be looking.
Yeah,
like
I don't think that's stock.
No,
it's definitely not stock.
No.
Yeah, if you get one of those for more than 4 hours at a time, you're supposed to see your doctor.
Exactly. So anyhow, that's what I was up to today. I've actually had some people showing up for classes, and it's kind of slowed down the last couple of weeks, but I kind of contribute that to just hunting season.
Hunting season's a lot of it.
Yeah, hunting season, and I started getting busier toward the end of this last week, and I've got a few classes lined up for the beginning of this week, and I got my wood stove put into my little shooting building out there.
I saw that.
And I'm actually going to install it myself, by the way,
right
because
on.
I got to researching it, and I was like, yeah, no, I can do this myself.
Yeah.
So I went to your place of business, and I bought the parts that I think I need.
Like stovepipe and
We'll
all
see
that.
if I can set that building on fire or something.
Set the building on fire.
So I was going to actually hook that up today.
I took my stapler.
I was gonna set it. Great, here we go. I can't get you guys in a room together at all because I do not get the references.
I'm lightheaded. You're gonna pass out.
He's redlining the microphone over here with his laugh. So I'm gonna get that wood stove put in, but I have yet to get the other construction done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I can't get bids. I can't
little
get people.
deck and
I'm looking for a contractor to do this. I can't get people to call me back. I can't get people to. I don't know. I'm just a freaking mess right now. So we may not get anything done till spring at this rate. I'm not sure. I don't know. If I build something, it's going to fall apart. So I'm not even going to attempt it.
You get my wife to come over, she'll build it 10 times stronger than it needs to be.
Well, probably way quicker than me.
Brick shit house. That's what she makes.
But anyhow, that's what's going on with me. I found some ammo today that I overpaid for.
Yeah, you'll be able to recoup it though.
I will. I bought it. I offered it up to everyone else. I sent out a mass text message and no one answered.
Is it the black things up there?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's 9mm, 200 rounds in each box. I paid $100 a box for that. $100 for 200 rounds. Yeah.
Well, my cost for 300 rounds of 45 is $100.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing.
That's my cost.
I didn't buy it. So here's the thing: is I didn't buy it for me necessarily because I got plenty. But when people come to take a class from me, if they can't find ammo,
well, and that is a big thing. Yeah,
that's the thing. If they can't, I'm not going to sell my reloads, but I will sell them the ammo they need for class, and so I have to have stock ammo on hand.
Yeah,
and I can recoup that. I'm not trying to upcharge for it, but they're gonna pay what I paid for it.
Yeah.
Because if they went and found it locally, depending on where they bought it, it's probably close to what they're gonna pay. Not at your guys' place.
No, not at our place.
But you have to be there to get it.
Right, exactly. And when we have it out, like this last week, Monday, I put it out. It was, people were starting to look in the cart before I could even get it out, and that irritates the hell out of me.
Oh yeah. I've done that before.
In fact, I'm gonna be like. The next time it happens, I'm just going to take the cart to the back room and just like, nope, I'm not going to do it. If nobody's going to let me put it out, then I'm just not going to put it out. So
why do you even put it out?
You can play this game,
Just leave the cart parked in the aisle. It's less work you got to do.
I know.
They'll clean it out for you.
Yeah. It is less work, but I just don't think
it's rude.
Yeah, it's rude. So
it is rude.
But by the time I got it out, got the cart put away, about 5 minutes, it was gone.
So are prices going up too? Are we getting gouged?
No. Yeah.
Certain places, yes, you are.
So, and we've talked about this numerous times, but like you guys aren't paying any more for it. I don't know that anyone else is paying more for it.
We are a little bit, but it's just the manufacturer increase, and that's all it is.
So there's some places in town that are selling 1,000 rounds of 9mm for like $600.
I thought it was more than that. I thought it was like 800.
No, he hasn't hit 8 yet, but he will eventually. He's got more coming in, and he was funny because.
Exactly.
So I'm going to look at this two different ways. Okay. So price gouging is no good. I get that. Right. And it's funny because I heard him get called out for it on the radio the other day. And he made a point, and he said this on there. First, this is what he said. He's like, I don't limit what you can buy. You can buy as much as you want. He did say, and I don't know this, he said he was paying more for it, and he's going routes and avenues to get this amount, this ammo in, right? So whatever. But someone actually called in and said, when are you going to stop having such high prices? And I will give him this. And he said, you know what? I get 20,000 rounds in and it's gone in half a day. He's like, if people are going to buy it, I'm going to go ahead and charge it. And I do understand that, but you don't. Do you see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, and I get it. I mean, as long as people are going to pay that price, they're really the ones that are
they're causing it. They're causing it.
So, yeah, I mean, you can't blame them, but at the same time,
what an asshole! At the same time.
Well, yeah, but
it is kind of.
And here's one of the things:
our little shop, we're not raising prices that much,
right?
I mean, granted, we're not getting 1,000-round packs like he might be, but every little box.
And I get it. I get it. But the more I think about it too, is if someone were to come in here and tell me that they wanted to take a permit class from me and they were willing to pay $400 for it, and then all of a sudden everyone else behind them was willing to pay $400 for it.
Right. Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, right.
I mean,
that's
this is America.
That's capitalism.
That's
America.
Capitalism.
Yep.
You don't have to buy it, but
the only problem with capitalism is when you run into shortages. That's
Wait,
it.
I'm checking. This is still America, right?
They're right. Serious.
Okay.
we think
Just thought I'd check.
Just
This November 3rd hasn't happened yet. Okay.
Right. Yeah. We're not we're still a republic.
Okay.
We just
not
get-
the People's
not a People's
Republic.
Republic.
Yeah, not the People's
let
Republic.
me throw this out there. If you haven't seen it already, you need to go on to YouTube and you need to watch that new video, that new song from Five Finger Death Punch. Did you guys see what it was called?
Yeah, it was
The Real Dream or the
Living
real
the Dream.
It's called Living the Dream.
Yeah.
I know
Living
that's
the
not even
Dream.
your kind of music, but that's a phenomenal video, isn't it?
That was cool.
Living the Dream
I
by
like stuff a little harder.
Five Finger Death.
Do you?
I can't even say it.
You like stuff a little hard. Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
No, I used to listen. No, this is the God's honest truth. Yeah, I used to listen to Guar. I love Guar. Oh my gosh, maggots are falling like rain, and
Oh wow.
oh yeah, those.
He jams out on his cello.
Yeah.
His cello.
Oh yeah. I love listening to the drummers in death metal and really hard metal.
You know what they say about
Unbelievable.
celloists, right?
Aren't you a celloist?
You gotta be shitting me! You two farts! Oh my gosh!
What do you
my chain?
What do you play? What do you play? Is it a cello? What is it?
No, hell no! I don't play a cello. Cellos are for girls.
What do you play then?
I play
still-
the double bass.
Okay.
Okay,
Bass,
so
it's a
that's
lot
okay.
bigger.
So let's say
strings,
cello though.
bigger strings.
Let's
thicker.
say cello. You know what they say about celloists?
Oh, you don't even have one of those things. You do in your fingers.
Yeah. Oh, both. You know, I bow and I pluck with my fingers. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The celloists they do it in a chair with their legs spread wide.
Oh, they did
So
all day long.
yeah. So there you go.
They're whores. That's what you're saying.
Well, no, that's how they play the cello.
We might have. Good grief. I'm pretty sure our
It is,
shows.
isn't it? I mean,
The big joke among bass players is that everyone calls it a cello. Oh, that's a big cello. Shut.
I don't even know.
I thought you guys were giving me a business about that. Oh, it's
No,
a
I don't
big
even
cello.
know.
I don't know.
I don't know the difference.
I don't live in that world, man.
Oh, that was funnier than hell.
I could barely play the radio.
Right? Yeah, I can tell.
So anyway, Five Finger Death Punch, Living the Dream.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, it's a good
Tons
one.
of symbolism in that
yeah.
that video. Just fantastic.
Right. The one thing that you should probably know going in is that the blonde, the platinum white haired lady is Nancy Pelosi.
Oh yeah,
Oh, it's totally
it totally is.
Where it says
You get that.
exempt. Yeah, that's
Exempt.
totally Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah. Anyhow, you got to check that out. Not really gun related, but kind of gun related.
It's cool either way. It's
It's-
worth the watch.
America.
Eric.
Yes.
True.
So what have you been up to, sir, Mr. Gunslinger?
Well, I am officially. This is the first day of my 7 days off.
Off.
So,
What are you
yeah.
gonna do?
Well, today I cleared out my wood crib, so because I got more firewood coming in.
Did you guys buy some?
Yeah, we got some. Yeah, we ended up buying it.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
got 2 cords coming, and then I did a little bit of electrical work today. Installed a new vanity light in the bathroom, and
Wow.
then I'll do the other
Look at
light
you.
tomorrow. So yeah,
My wife yelled at me because I'm going on a tile project that's I've been going on about 4 years now. I probably should finish that up.
well, I'm hoping to get a lot of this stuff done
hate tiling.
early.
I like it, but
If I can get it done early, then the rest of the time I might go hunting. So
oh really?
yeah, we'll see.
Gonna go try to kill a deer or an elk or something?
Yep. Saw some guys picking up a dead deer on the side of the road today.
You know what?
I'm
Those
hoping I have the same luck.
You know, I was actually going up when I went to go fishing, and someone had hit a I don't know, I couldn't tell if it's a deer or like a cow elk on the side there. And there's this dude. He's pulled over in his car. He had his trunk open, and he's out there just cutting this freaking elk up or whatever, and he's shoving it in the back of his truck.
Wow.
But you know what? Those salvage tags aren't a bad thing because you can legally do that now. Oh, it's just going to be a little bruised as long as you're there to see it get hit.
Oh, you have to watch it.
You don't have to, but I don't. If you don't know how long it's laying there,
Who's going to tell you? Yeah.
If it's been there, if it's been there a little way, and it's all bloated and stuff, I probably wouldn't.
It doesn't mean it's extra fat.
Yeah.
That one's ready for winter. It must be a lot of meat on that baby.
Damn, look at all that blubber.
Oh shoot! So that's all you got planned? That's all you've been doing?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of, I'm relaxing, but at the same time, I'm getting a lot of stuff around the house done. It just needed to be done, and I'm not at work, and I'm actually, I don't know. I'm just feeling more accomplished because of the stuff I'm getting done.
It feels good because I'm working and I'm a business owner, and I kind of feel like I'm semi-retired. I'm going to start doing weird stuff now, like them old retired guys.
As long as you don't do the midlife crisis thing, I think it'll be fine.
Well, that's what the internationals are.
I don't know. Usually it's a Corvette, isn't it?
That's what the running is.
Oh, do you know what my wife did?
What'd your wife do?
We got these cute twins that live across the street. These twin girls, and they're on the autism spectrum. And
I'm glad you kind of
You can never say no to these girls because they're so adorable.
You were saying cute little girls. I was going to start calling
not
you.
Hunter Biden.
I was just going to,
Not Hunter Biden.
Just checking.
They come up and they knock on the door and talk to my wife, and they're like, "We're putting together a 5K run."
She signed you up for
She signed me up for a 5K run on Halloween.
When? Where?
On Halloween.
Where?
Is this a zombie run?
It might be.
I think it's
a
a zombie run.
It's on Halloween is 1 week away.
That's when you're supposed to have candy.
I can't even walk 5K, let alone run it.
They do that zombie run, and I think it's at the college. I don't know if it still is, but
I'm going to have to find whoever's working on Saturday and trade with them, so I can have an excuse to get out of this damn thing.
We could train you. We got a week.
Oh, I know, 1 week.
Yeah, we'll station a scooter. We'll go about 100 yards in, and we'll put a scooter there.
Are you gonna run with a? Are you gonna run with a gun?
I ain't even gonna run. That's the thing. I got to find a way out of this. I can't do that.
We'll make it an e-scooter. Okay,
an e-scooter. Yeah, make it an e-scooter. Give me one of those stupid ass birds.
When you get one of those weird things you step on, it's like a scooter, and you just kind of go like this. Have you seen those? It looks like it's like a skateboard, but it's not. It comes around. You put a foot on each spot, and it's got like a handle in the middle, and you just start moving your feet like that, and it just freaking go. You'd win. It's quick, man. Or is that too much work?
That's a little too much work. Right there, yeah.
I got my run. My last run of the year's coming up here in 2 weeks.
How long is it?
91K.
Are you
91?
57 miles.
Carry the 57 miles.
Divided by pi.
Pie.
Pie.
I give myself a day and a half to eat pie afterwards.
Serious?
Oh, I eat like crap until Sunday at noon. And then I've eaten so much stuff, I probably don't eat for 3 days after that because I'm just like, ugh.
So where's this race at? Where are you going?
Prescott, Arizona.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be gorgeous.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. 70s. It'll be 70s.
Yeah.
Now, isn't Prescott where Ruger is?
Yeah. Prescott, Arizona.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ruger, the new owners of Marlin. Yeah.
Ooh.
They bought Marlin?
They bought Marlin.
You don't listen. Hang on. Whoa. Back the train up.
Back the train.
Back the train.
Man.
You don't listen to the freaking podcast, do you?
What podcast?
Why do we even invite him? He doesn't listen to it.
The PDPC.
Oh yeah. I'm lightheaded again.
So what else have you been up to?
Oh shit, we did wood too. We just got the rest of our wood split and put away today. We got about 8.5 cords.
Jeez, woo.
Did you go cut it yourself?
We did.
Cool.
Yeah, we went up one weekend with our neighbors across the street with the two cute little those girls, their parents. We went up and cut a whole bunch of pine for them, and then we were looking on Craigslist, and a lady in town had a whole bunch of Russian olive.
Oh, that's good wood.
Oh, it was great. She had a whole bunch. She wants it just out of her pasture because she's sick of looking at a jungle. She wants to look at.
So did you guys go cut it all down?
We cut it all. Well, no, we didn't. We didn't raise it to the ground like
Right.
all out.
I mean, did you cut all the trees down?
But we cut a lot of them down. The big stuff. She said anything that's growing sideways, cut it down. Because, the Russian olives are just weeds.
Yeah, they just kind of go everywhere.
That's good wood, though. Man, I wish I would have heard that because my wood supplier is null and void this year, and I have very little. In fact, I'm cutting trees down back here just so I can have firewood.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got about 2 cords from the landscape place, so it's just a whole bunch of, it's a hodgepodge of everything, so.
Oh, my wife also went out, and here in Buell, there's the place that makes those Adirondack chairs.
Yeah, I got bags of those.
She had bags of this. It's crap.
No, it's cedar, so it's really good kindling.
Yeah, it smells delicious, but it ain't gonna.
It keeps the moths down, too.
It keeps the moths out of your wood, so your wood don't get invaded by fucking moths. Anyway, yeah, my wife bought a couple of those. I went out and got them. I'm like, it's scrap.
It's good. It's good for starting, though.
It's scraps.
It burns.
Oh, it burns really.
Meanwhile, on Acorn Cabinets. Okay, this isn't a cat. This is like a cabinet making show. Oh dear. We got to quit talking about wood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, awkward silence. Very good.
Dean's over there. We invite him. He starts talking about his wood.
Oh, you're over there with your Peyronie's disease there on your pushrods.
I know. Something's going on.
You know what Peyronie's is?
No.
Okay.
We're going to find out.
Yeah,
oh,
you'll
no.
find out later.
Oh, okay.
Too much radio. Too much radio silence. So
Yes.
we were talking earlier
Oh.
about if you were going to buy a 45, what would you buy?
Well, if I had the money and I saw one sitting right in front of me,
Yes.
I would buy a Chris Vector.
Let's explain a Chris Vector because we had no idea what it was.
There is no real explanation for a Chris Vector.
But there is, though.
It just kind of is,
It just kind of is. Why would you buy a Chris Vector?
because they're like really cool guns.
They're really cool guns.
Yeah. And they have a really fast fire rate. If it was a fully auto,
It's a bullpup.
obviously it's not.
It is a bullpup configuration.
Yes, pretty much because
Everything is right there where the
action
trigger
in
is.
front of, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's in front of the trigger, so technically yes, but the way it operates is just really weird because it goes downward instead of backwards.
So it's a pistol?
Yes, but if you put a long enough barrel, aka fake suppressor, on it, then you can put a rifle stock on it.
You know what's
On the website, it looked like most of them came with a stock on
so
it.
you know what's crazy about those bullpup configuration things is your face is like right there.
Yes, but
and if it goes kaboom,
you can get the standard
true.
length barrel, like a 16-inch barrel, so
Yeah.
it's not illegal. You can get that into a small package, and you're not, have this huge, rifle, like overall length. It shortens the overall length of it.
So you get a huge package?
Well, yes, it's a big package in a small. Okay, it's a lot of stuff in a small package. Okay.
oh man. So
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to go and say I'd get a 1911 because
right.
I wouldn't. So that would be the one I'd get.
Well, I thought there was a gun show. I thought there was going to be, I've never bought a firearm from a gun show, and I thought that there was a gun show today in Filer. I read that there was, and it unfortunately it's not going to be till the first weekend in November, and I won't be here. And I don't know why this just, I thought it was like the last 2 days I was like, I'm going to go to that gun show. If I can find one, I'm going to buy a 10 millimeter. I have no explanation as to why.
In a subcompact, of course.
Yeah, I don't know, and I don't know if it was. So pistols. Who makes a 10 besides I know Glock does. I know Springfield Armory does. Who else?
Rock Island Armory has one.
Besides the 1911 bullshit, I don't know.
I was
that.
gonna say Ruger has one, but
yeah.
Let's
Is
see.
Ruger's a 1911
I did look at one
platform?
today. It was $1,000, and it was a SIG Emperor Scorpion. At
Yeah,
10
the
mil.
SIG does. They have.
Is
They have
1,000?
their 220. They have their. But that's based kind of on the 1911 stuff.
Yeah. I don't want it. I don't want that crap.
Between Glock and Springfield.
What is
I actually wish Smith and Wesson would make one. I honestly.
Yeah.
Don't they
think
make?
they'd be-
They probably make a revolver chambered for.
I'm
10.
not.
Yeah, there's a few revolvers, the
bet
Red
Smith
Hawks and
makes-
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, we're gonna shift gears again. By the way, I was at Can I say their name? I guess it's my show. I was at I was at Sportsman's Warehouse today, just looking, right? I went over and did some stuff at CrossFit and watched some weightlifting. They were doing some like Olympic weightlifting competition. I took my son there to watch.
At Sportsman's?
No, at where I go to CrossFit. And then
yeah,
I was like, we're in town. Let's make the rounds. Let's hit all the stores. Did you know? And I don't know how long they've been doing this. Sportsman's Warehouse now has a used gun section.
Do they really?
You're stupid.
They actually had.
Sorry.
Did you know they have a used gun section?
I had no idea.
They have. Are they like buying used guns now? I mean, these things are beat to shit, dude.
Or are they like
they were, and they
trade?
were still priced pretty high. They were beat up, all kinds of wear on them. The finish was wore off. They looked like they've been drugged behind a car, man. They did have one that was pretty cool, but it was 40 cal. It was a Glock. It's G22, and it said on there, where was it? It was like Puerto Rican police or.
Oh, so they might be like Blue Label trade-ins.
There was just a bunch of them that wasn't just Glocks.
Oh,
but they were beat up. But they were used. I didn't know that. That blew my mind.
Rifles up there?
No, just handguns.
Oh,
Just one of their.
Well, every time somebody comes in, to my shop, they're like, "Oh, you guys have way more than Sportsman." So maybe they're just trying to fill the holes.
That's exactly. That's just what I was going to say. Is they have to? I think they have to do something because the Sportsman has that huge wall, and there's probably like 20 guns on it. I mean, there's not that many on there.
So are you guys having guns fly out the door too?
Oh yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, there's nothing in there right now, really.
So
I mean,
is there really one that's more popular than another, or is just everything?
The 365 SIG is. I mean, we can't keep those in. Every time we get one in, or we'll get 3 or 4. We'll sell through them in less than a day, probably.
Wow.
oh, guess what I saw at Sportsman's new on the wall? SCCY with a freaking red dot on it.
A red dot?
They're selling a red dot.
Take my money.
They are selling an SCCY
take my money.
with the red dot package.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
No.
Here you go with
No.
package again.
What? Package. I'm stuck on packages. So there was I saw a picture, and I should have printed it off or something. There was a brand new SCCY.
Sky. Let's just say Sky.
And did I bump with my foot? Let's keep playing. Okay, you got it?
Yeah. No.
Let's keep wiggling that sucker.
Cool.
Did you get it? No.
We were talking about packages, and there it is. There.
Okay. So anyhow,
there.
I found a Sky pistol. It was a brand new pistol. Freaking imploded on someone. Just blew up.
No, it doesn't surprise me.
But I can't believe that
Those things actually hurt to shoot.
I can't believe they sell them in a red dot package now.
Just a 9mm.
Everything's got an optic on it now.
It's freaking crazy. When are you going to start seeing high points come in like as a red dot, like an optic package?
That's actually interesting. You bring up high points.
Oh my God, are they doing it?
Well, no, I don't. Well, maybe they are. I don't know. Our buyer, for some reason, we seem to be the only place in town that is a high point dealer. I'm not really.
You guys sell the shit out of it.
I know
too.
we do, and I'm not fond of it. It's not really my choice, but we do sell a lot of them, and I understand if people can, if that's all, like they can afford that, then that's good.
Yeah,
something better than nothing. Yeah. So the buyer tells me the other day that he's been contacting High Point, trying to get our orders in, and nobody's answering the phones. Nobody's doing anything.
They're going out of business?
I have no idea what's going on, but apparently they're not sending us anything. So, do
they listen to the podcast? Do they know that you're employed there?
Maybe. So there's a couple of guns in the company that got sent to our store because we sell them
right
better than any of the other stores. Of course, we sell every gun better than the other stores do. So.
I will say this. I had my USCCA rep come by the other day, and he helped me with some stuff on my computer, and he said, "Hey, can we shoot?" And I said, yeah, bring your gun, we'll shoot. And so I brought out some of my guns to shoot. I was like, you got to shoot the Yeet cannon. That barrel, it's still lubed with bacon grease. And I mean, it was like a thick, when you leave bacon grease like in a pan overnight and it gets cold.
Yeah.
That's exactly, the slide was locked back, and that's exactly what was on the barrel.
It was white.
Yeah, it was like waxy. It was awesome. And so it was clear though. It was clear. Oh, okay. And so he started. I said, it's going to move a little slow till we warm it up a little bit. Fired a couple mags through there. Got a little warm. Kind of started to smell like bacon a little bit. The thing ran like it didn't jam at all. The thing ran like a top,
like butter,
like a sewing machine,
like lard. I'm
not going to clean that thing. I'm just going to leave that bacon grease on for years and just see how long it goes. He actually shot it and he goes, "This ain't that bad." I'm
wow.
like, wow, sweet.
Did he have small hands?
No, he has big hands.
Huh. That thing is just uncomfortable.
it's insane, man. That bacon grease though, that puts it over the edge.
Yeah, it does it. It's gotta be the combination between the high point and the bacon grease. I think
it's perfect.
Yeah.
I built the perfect weapon.
It's like instead of bacon and eggs, it's bacon and high points.
Yeah. Bacon and yeet.
I built the perfect weapon. I think I'm gonna start lubing all my guns with bacon grease.
Breakfast at Todd's.
So I tell you what, we're gonna get we'll get this a smidge political tonight. I don't want to get too crazy political, but we'll get a little bit political because you guys been watching the debates.
Everyone
has there, and I have not watched them. Okay, I refuse. My person is not in the debate, so I don't watch. Have they mentioned the Second Amendment at all? Has there been any Second Amendment questions in the debate?
None. Not even in the vice presidential debate.
None.
Not even in the town halls that they had that were supposed to take place.
Don't you think that would concern some people?
You think?
I've got it was my old boss, and he called me and he was asking me about Trump and about Biden, and actually he was asking me where I thought Trump stood on the Second Amendment. And I told him, we've mentioned this before. This is not news to anyone. You know, I don't know. I don't think Trump is the Second Amendment supporter that everyone believes that he is, or that he wants everyone to believe that he is. He's come out and said, "I support the Second Amendment," but what has he done? You know, those are just words. What have you done to show that you support the Second Amendment? I mean, we look at everything that's going on right now with the ATF and the honey badger, and now they've kind of backed off the honey badger a little bit, but now they keep talking about the shoulder braces and stuff like that. He could jump down in there at any time. He's the freaking president. He could go down there and go, "You're going to quit this crap right now. We are not doing this, or I'm going to start canning people. I'm going to start firing." I mean, he's the president. He could do that, but he hasn't done that. To me, I don't think he's the Second Amendment guy that everyone thinks he is. And when I was telling my old boss this, when he called me, he's all, well, his son is a big hunter and a big this. And I said, well, his son, I don't freaking care. His son ain't the freaking president. Mm-hmm. The president is the president. And I think that Trump is cocky enough that he may go to someone for advice, but he's ultimately going to do whatever it is he wants to do, right? I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on it? I don't think he's the Second Amendment as what people hate me for this. I get so much crap sent to me.
I wonder if it's just off his radar because he's got so much other stuff that he's getting pounded with every day. But the thing with Trump, though, is he's better than the alternative.
Well, yeah.
And Biden has stated he is coming for your guns. If he gets elected, he's going to ban firearms.
Your AR-14s.
Yeah, your AR-14s. Yeah, he's going to take them away.
So I look at this and I'm like, so yeah, what Biden wants to do is bad, right?
Worse, much worse. Bad and worse.
Bad and worse, right? I don't want that to happen, but if it happens, it happens. Let's say Biden got in. Okay, let's say Biden got elected. What do you think would happen? I mean, what do you think is going to happen?
I think if he
would
tries,
they come for the guns? I mean, he's a lot of talk, so would he come after him? And maybe he would. He probably would. But what's going to happen? I mean, are people going to just give in and bow down and hand everything over?
No.
I mean, what do you think? What do you guys think the outcome would be?
Here's the thing: is he's gonna send down, say this is gonna happen. You're gonna ban these, ban that, right? You show me one, like around here, one law enforcement officer that's gonna come and get your guns. They're not. They're not gonna be the one coming in the front door first.
Right.
Nobody's willing to do that. I mean,
right.
That's like sticking your balls in a bear trap. That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So, it's true though. Nobody's going to be at the front of the line coming in your front door because they're going to get met with a bullet.
Well, even if they didn't and someone else did, are people going to give them up? I mean, how are they actually going to implement this? I mean, they're going to create laws and stuff.
So their plan is the buyback program, right?
No one's going to go
Nobody's
to
going to
those.
go do
sell
that.
it back,
No.
yeah.
So they're
what-
going to fabricate guns out of push rods and make them look like a gun, and then they'll sell them back because they're doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, they're literally doing stuff like that.
So what are they going to do if everyone just says screw you, gives them the finger, and says we're not going to comply with this? So, I mean, what are they actually going to do at that point?
I don't
mean,
think there's
'cause they
anything
have
they
any
can
way
do.
to
And
enforce it.
is that? Do you think that's what's going to happen? Do you think that if Biden won and he were to try to implement what's going on, do you think that's what would happen? And I know there's a lot of this stuff is he's going to like try to tax everything. And I
heard
mean,
about, like-
I've seen the form, right?
Yeah,
And
like
I mean,
30 round mags, you're going to have to get a can't even say it.
Stamp?
A stamp, yeah, tax stamp.
how's he going to enforce that?
Exactly. How
He
many?
doesn't know what I
How many
freaking
30
have.
round mags do you think I have? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not going to get a tax stamp for them. That's a standard capacity magazine.
I mean,
not going to happen.
Is this just typical? I'm not saying they won't try to do this because I believe that they will. But is this just they're just diarrhea of the freaking mouth just to make a point? I mean,
Either it's either that or they're just telling their constituents what they want to hear.
right?
I mean,
yeah, that's what that's what I'm saying.
that's what I'm
Honestly, if
Yeah.
you watch Biden when he gets in front of people, he says whatever.
Oh, he's a
will
lying.
get him.
He's a lying sack of shit.
He says whatever is going to get him applause. Whatever, it doesn't matter. He changes his story with every single constituent that he talks to.
I mean, I want to say this. I hope he doesn't win. I don't think he will win. But I don't know. That was my thought. I mean, they say they're going to do all this stuff, but what's the American people going to do?
The Second Amendment, but also foreign policy.
Right.
Nobody's brought up anything about foreign policy.
Yeah.
Right. Serious. Yeah.
I mean, so
traditionally,
and
every
Biden,
third debate.
traditionally, Biden, every single foreign policy thing he's ever been involved with has failed. He's not got one single thing that is going for him on foreign policy.
Right.
So, but yeah, it's kind of convenient that they're leaving out some very key things in this.
Traditionally, the third presidential debate is always about foreign policy.
Exactly. Yeah, and they skipped the second one.
They just completely changed it.
They've rearranged this whole thing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and now I hear now that Pennsylvania, they're not going to count their votes until 3 days after the election.
Yeah, Pennsylvania Supreme Court.
How does that even work?
How does that work?
Yeah,
does that
also
even
said
work?
That, I can't remember if it was Pennsylvania or another state that said signatures don't have to match
Oh my gosh!
on your mail-in ballots. They don't have to match.
Doesn't everything have to be uniform across the whole country? They can't just make up their own thing.
Obviously
Here's
not.
the thing. No, actually, no, because each state the state legislatures are in charge of their own elections. However, the state Supreme Courts have nothing to do with it. The Pennsylvania legislature needs to step up to these bullies and tell them to get the hell out because it's the legislature's job, not the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania.
Right.
So anyhow, that was my thought on that. So, but I get hammered all the time just because I agree to, I tell everyone vote for, ask questions, question everything, vote for who you want to vote for. And anyhow, I always get constantly told if you're not voting for Trump, you're voting for Biden. And the left says that the other way around. The right says that the other way around. And I'm actually going to vote for who I'm going to vote for. So I get 3 votes.
It's funny you brought that up because another thing that happened.
If you request them, yes, you will have 3 votes.
Another thing that happened yesterday at the gun counter is a guy came up, just waiting. His wife was out shopping or whatever, and he's looking at the guns, and he told me that he doesn't like Trump, and he said he's going to vote for Biden.
There's another option.
And so I said, I'm like, hey, like. That's your right. That's
was
your
he
right
trying
to do that.
Start a fight with you?
No, he wasn't. And
why would he just come tell you that?
Well,
then?
and here's the thing. Once I told him that that's your right to do that.
Yeah.
To each their own. He looked at me and he goes, I really didn't think you were going to say that. And I'm like, well, that's true. That's why we live in America. It's everybody's right to have their own thoughts.
You should see. Remember that nasty email or the nasty text message? I've gotten other ones since then. People just, every time I'm on their radio show, they hammer me about this.
About Trump?
about who I'm voting for and all this stuff. And I'm a Biden lover, and I must be a Democrat, and I'm a left-leaning liberal.
For Pete's sake.
I mean,
It's that two ways of thinking thing.
It is so it's so entertaining.
It's like being on a 3-lane highway and only staying in 2 lanes.
We ended the radio show on Friday, and I forget what I said. I threw something out there. And I said, "Yeah, I'm just bored, and I want a little more fan mail this weekend." And Bill just about lost it on the radio. He starts laughing. But people are just nuts.
They're idiots. Because, I mean, you can drink the Biden Kool-Aid or you can drink the Trump Kool-Aid. But really what it comes down to is, do you believe in the Constitution?
Right.
And there's which candidate is going to follow the Constitution the most faithfully.
That's what this country is founded on. That's what it's meant to be.
Yeah.
Libertarians just want to take over the world and then leave everyone the hell alone.
That's right. Anarchy.
To a certain extent. I mean, it depends.
I loved listening to that podcast of these guys that they're total libertarians. They're hilarious.
But there's different levels of libertarians. There's different types of libertarians.
These guys were really deep, like taking it to its logical end. These guys were pushing for anarchy, not in the way like Antifa,
like burn everything down.
No, they didn't want to burn anything down. They just want, leave me alone. I can govern myself.
Well, and that's essentially what libertarianism is. I mean, it's giving you your freedoms all the time.
Well, it's in the name, liberty.
Yeah. I mean, that's the same. People think it's nuts, but there's different levels, just like there's different levels of Republicans and different levels of like Democrats, and
it just shows me how small-minded people are when they only think that there's 2 ways of thinking.
Well, and the libertarians, Joe Jorgensen's come out and said, I want to leave it up to the states. I mean, she wants the states to kind of do their own thing. She's not going to totally get rid of government. She wants to get rid of big government, and she wants to leave some stuff, but she wants to pull us out of foreign countries and really concentrate on protecting our home,
America.
Us.
Yeah.
We don't need to get in and police other stuff. We need to have a smaller government and then leave it up to the states to kind of do their own thing, which I think is phenomenal.
It used to be like
you're shaking your head. You're libertarian.
There was a president. There was a president several years ago.
I'm shaking my head. Yes.
That if he could have built a bubble over America, he would have done it.
Yeah.
And we were kind of drug into the war and stuff. So we ended up, going overseas into other countries and stuff. But I swear, if FDR he would have built a bubble over America, keep us out of stuff.
Yeah.
But now we're the world police, so we have to do everything.
I think I saw a meme that said libertarians, they want to congratulate their gay neighbors on getting married. Congratulate their gay neighbors on getting married and then being able to protect their marijuana with fully automatic rifles. Freaking great.
Great, good for them.
I mean, it's I don't know. Anyhow, that we kind of got off course there a little bit. Sorry.
That's hilarious.
So there is this. Do we have anything else before we need to get to our article? It's time to get back on track.
The news, the article.
I don't know if it's the
we'll
news.
put it in the news section, but
whatever. Yeah.
We have sections.
Sure.
We have sections.
Yeah, we have these little like colored tabs that you have to flip to.
Packages.
No.
Oh,
I don't have a package. I'm
Trapper keepers, more than like.
So there was this article, okay? It's called Gun Experts and Their Idiotic CCW Choices. And this article was from Active Response Training, and it was written by...
Pincus?
No, Greg Elefritz.
Oh.
Elefritz.
I guess that's how you say it, Elefritz.
Hey, it's been a while since I've been here. I'm so sorry to butt in.
No,
Yes.
I know where this is going.
What's the latest on the Sasquatch?
I'm still waiting for it.
Now,
COVID, we had this big pandemic happen, and so it's understandable stuff kind of gets pushed aside because we're trying to remain alive and wear masks and all that stuff, and so that got pushed aside. We're waiting. That's just waiting for the perfect time to come out. And
wasn't he going to bring out his second model?
Well, COVID happened.
The VP-12 was it?
28 and.
He didn't even bring out his first damn model, and he's already advertising for his second model.
He's going to be able to
That's
fill.
going to replace the first model
gonna
that's
be
never
able
been
to,
brought out yet.
He's going to be able to fill the freaking. He's coming out with his 10 millimeter. He's coming out with his sub micro compact 10 millimeter.
Oh my gosh. It's going to be a belt buckle gun, isn't it?
Sweet.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's gonna kick like a mule. Probably.
Look at that.
Bam.
Look at that package. Okay. We sound like we're never mind.
Defend yourself and check your own prostate.
Anyhow, this article, this guy, Greg, he goes ahead and talks about some articles that he's read and all the gun advice given to people out there. And he just kind of talks about it and maybe why some of it's not such a great idea. Anyhow, he goes through ammo, he goes through guns, he goes through holsters. And I think we've each got a section here. So, we'll start with Mr. Mark. He looks like he's like, shh, damn it.
No, that's fine. I'm ready to go.
Start with Mark here.
So he gives a list of guns on stuff that like is
Comment on all this.
difficult to master and difficult to learn. And you and I have seen this firsthand in some of the classes.
Yes.
Like a double single type gun.
Yes.
For instance, like an SR-22 Ruger.
Yes.
The SIG, any of the SIG double single models, like
Right.
the 226s, and some of those are just straight single, but Beretta 92, stuff like that. The way they operate is sometimes a little difficult for new shooters.
Yes.
To get down the hard trigger pull to the light trigger pull, the switch on and off from that. So that's definitely a hard one to master.
Especially when you're just teaching someone that trigger
Yeah,
pull, right? And they're brand new to
They
it.
got two different trigger pulls, So and if they're not keeping up with you, they're just not. It's hard to get them to.
It's hard
learn
enough to
that.
get them to learn the basic trigger press,
Right.
I mean, and then you're adding all that to it.
So that's definitely, again, he says is not probably a good one or that type of gun. Which I agree with him on that one. The next one, I'm kind of not agreeing with him on. He says that he's been unimpressed with the firearms made by Taurus, which I get it. I know some of the Taurus stuff isn't that great.
Well, especially to begin with when they first came out.
When they first came out, yeah. Lately, some of their newer stuff, like the G3s, the G3Cs, they're getting really good reviews.
I will say that there was a lady that was here on Friday, and she had a G2C, and that trigger wasn't great, but it was not bad. I felt a lot worse on a lot nicer guns.
I actually have a lot of people that buy those guns because they have the restrike feature.
Yeah.
So they put their training tools like the Mantis or something. You don't have to fake chamber around.
Yeah, you don't have to rack that slide.
So you can just keep pulling that trigger and you get a lot of good training out of that. I kind of disagree with him on that one. He's a little mixed on the Ruger LCP series, which are those little tiny compact, 380s and stuff.
Yeah.
I hate
Those
those
are
guns.
crap.
I think
those
they're
are
crap.
trash.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I'm not mixed on that.
I need
at
to throw
all.
this out
Sky
there.
trash? Sky trash?
Yeah.
They're
and I'm
bad?
sure I'm going to talk about that Ruger for a minute. I said they're trash. Sorry, Cricket. She's the one that has a 1-1 years ago when I first started doing this Cricket. You know Cricket?
No.
Oh, Cricket 1-1 in one of our drawing giveaways. She's like, this is horrible. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You had a giveaway for a piece of garbage.
I did. But it's back when guns were really hard to find.
Right.
So why is the LCP so bad? Just
It's
'cause
a
so
tiny
small?
little gun. Yeah.
It's a tiny little
A lot
gun.
of people think that it's a small gun, so it's not going to kick that much, right?
yeah.
Smaller.
Kicks like a
smaller
freaking
kick.
mule.
Yeah.
Because it is so small
That's
and it's
the
all
problem.
plastic, right?
Yeah.
It's
A lot of plastic.
Well, and a lot of people tend to shoot it and they jam up because they're limp wristing the crap out of it. And, they shoot it and I'm like, it's an eyeball gun. It literally, the sights are almost on some of those are almost non-existent.
They're very
And I'm
short.
like, the sights on a revolver are better on some of those.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you willing to shoot that for another 100 rounds or 98 rounds? They're like, oh my gosh, really? I'm like, yeah, you got to shoot all this.
Yeah.
And
It's
dude,
difficult on a small handgun.
By the time they get
you're
done,
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, by the time they get done, they're squeezing that trigger and they're just like, you see them. It's
and it is
it's
a double
rough.
action trigger pull, so it's not super easy,
It's
Yeah. Okay,
it's
okay.
it's a tough gun.
So that one is another one he says is not a really good one. Or he's mixed on that one, but the Ruger LC9 series, less reliable than the LCP, he says. But if you're going to go into that route, you might as well get into like a Glock 43, a Smith & Wesson Shield, the PPS Walther, 365 SIGs. That's a great option.
Out of all those you just mentioned, I go with that 365 SIG over all
Yeah.
those.
So, that's there's a lot of good options out there. Don't just settle for, the first one you come across.
So did they fix the problems with the SIGs just going off? Like, if you drop it, it goes
The
off.
320s, yeah.
Okay.
As long as you send
It was
in,
just that model.
Well, yeah, as long as you
Okay.
sent it in for the recall. It was voluntary, so I never sent mine in.
I think it was voluntary because I think they said they actually took.
It's a California drop test. So.
Yeah, and they dropped it, and they dropped it like a bunch, but I think they really had a
Had to be
really
at
hard
from
time
a certain height
at a certain angle.
And I'm just like, I'm not going to drop my gun. Plain and simple, I'm not going to drop it.
Yeah.
So there's that. So yeah, there's a lot of good options out there. Don't settle for just the first thing you come across. We had a couple 22s in the shelf the other day. Lady comes in, wanted 22s. I kind of I showed her what we had. I don't think she really wanted any of them, the ones that we had. So I told her, look, I'm not here to just sell you a gun. Go get one that you really like. And I think that's key to be a good, responsible firearms owner. Don't just go buying everything just because they have it. 1911s definitely, he said, is not a first time concealed carry weapon. It's just not. There's a lot of maintenance involved. There's a lot of meticulous
Even
parts and pieces.
Yeah.
And don't, if you treat your gun like your lawnmower, then go ahead and get a 1911. But
How do you treat your lawnmower? What does that mean? Does that mean no maintenance?
just
Does that mean
cut the grass and put it away. Cut the grass,
whole
put it
bunch of
away.
maintenance? Okay.
I think Magnum is he's a big 1911 guy, James Magnum, and he even, I think we were talking about 1911s at one point. I think he even, just when we were doing a live video, he said, he goes, 1911s are great. He goes, he loves them, doesn't have anything bad to say about them except for they're not for that brand new gun owner.
Yeah.
They're just a little too much for
And that's
them.
what he says. He says, unless you're more of an advanced shooter
Yeah.
or an expert level, the 1911 is really not for you.
Another thing Magnum says, he's like, you better know how to work on guns if you buy a 1911. He says every 1911 that he has bought, even brand new, he has to tear it apart and work on it to get it to work properly in the way he wants it and reliably.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's interesting.
And then
I've got a Kimber gold match
yeah,
that I bought early 2000s. Never had a problem with it. I've never had to work on it. Never. It works great. The only time I've had problems with it is when I'm working up a new load for 45.
right.
And it's a shit load and I did something wrong and then it doesn't work. But I've never had a problem with mine. I must have just an exceptionally built one.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Your Kimber is like the first 1911 I've shot, and I liked it. It was nice, right?
Yeah.
Any other Kimber I've picked up after that is just crap. They jam, they have problems, and I just see them all in my class, and they have freaking issues. And yours didn't.
No, were those smaller?
But when
Little
did you
ones?
buy your night? When did you buy your Kimber?
It was around 2000, 2001.
Did it get to a point where like somehow the manufacturing in them changed and they kind of took a left when they were right? I don't know. What happened?
I mean, they used to come out of Oregon a long time ago.
Right.
Then they moved to New York.
We did like the quality change.
Mine-
Did they
mine
start?
says
They
New
claim
York.
they didn't.
Because his is nice, and
The
I've
Kimber
shot
rep
his.
that I've talked to, they're still all hand, fitted and everything. Quality's still, they're claiming they're still there. I've obviously haven't been to their plant, so I don't know,
Right.
what they're doing. But yeah.
Anyhow, just my thoughts.
In the words of who is it, Tommy Callahan, you can learn a lot about a bull by a steak by sticking your head up a bull's ass. But
Get a good look at a T-bone.
Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't you rather take the butcher's word for it though? So, and then the last one on the list is a snub nose revolver. It takes a lot of practice, and new shooters looking to carry a gun, they're better off with a mid-size semi-auto.
So I'm
think.
gonna point this out on revolvers. Revolvers are revolvers. I mean, usually they're not bad guns, but you got to know how to shoot them. And I see a lot of people show up with revolvers, and you've seen it in class. I mean, you may have too. It's been a while since you've helped me out, but as soon as they have that revolver, what are they doing when they shoot it? Single action. They're cocking the hammer. They're cocking the hammer
They
back.
don't like that trigger pull.
And if you don't like it, don't freaking buy it. In a self-defense scenario, you're not going to pull that trigger back or that hammer back. And if you do, that's a bad idea because here's the thing. You may draw that gun. You may put your finger on that trigger. You may not have to pull that trigger. Right?
Yeah.
And if you've cocked the hammer back and you gave it such a light trigger, it may go off and you may not want it to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do I make a point there? I mean, that double action. If you
especially if you're a new shooter, don't know what you're
the
doing.
The double action is really designed to be pulled if you really, really want to pull that trigger.
Right. But let me say this though. Just like any gun, just like on a semi-auto, okay? When you're drawing the gun, you draw it from the holster, you're pressing it out. You should be prepping the trigger on the way out.
Mm-hmm.
You guys know what I'm saying. Prepping that trigger, pulling up the slack. So as soon as you get to full extension, bam, bang,
Mm-hmm.
you can final little squeeze and the gun goes off. You can do that with a revolver. And usually when I show people that, they're like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. I was like, yeah, it just takes a little bit of practice.
Yeah.
Like you would a semi-auto. You can squeeze that trigger. You can feel it. In fact, I kind of like double auto, double action on a revolver because it's a lot smoother a lot of times than a bunch of other triggers. But you can pull it, you can feel it, you hold
stage it kind of.
You can stage it, and then it's just like a flex, like a finger flex. But you can hold it better than you can because you're holding the tension better than you can if it's back single action. Single action is ready to go, and you just barely touch it, and it goes bang. When you stage it with double action, you're still holding that. It hasn't crossed over. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so you can let up on it.
One of the things I think that they've done, maybe inadvertently, but it's kind of because of the way it is a lot of the guns are hammerless designs in a revolver, snub nose revolvers.
So they're making it so
they're
can't.
making it so you can't pull that hammer back. So
and those
Plus,
typically
it doesn't get caught on your when you're trying to draw.
And that's the
and that's
design purpose of it.
And that's what I'm going to say. So I think you hit on it and you hit on it. No snag. You can't go single action, right? Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what makes a good carry revolver. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
So that's kind of
but
combined.
Still
those.
with the snub nose, higher bore axis, it does take a little bit of practice. I mean, you have to get used to that gun. So.
Right.
And usually, unfortunately, the hammerless designs are usually a smaller grip, and I really don't understand that. For me, it's hard to shoot a hammerless revolver because I don't feel like I have a good grip on it.
Right.
So, yeah, you've got to get an aftermarket grip.
Yeah.
I've got a J-frame, a Smith & Wesson J-frame in 32 H&R mag, and it's one of the most accurate pistols I own. And it's just got it doesn't have movable sights. They're fixed sights. It's milled into it. But within 10, 15 feet, I can hit it every time. And of course, it's hammerless.
Right.
The trigger pull was nice right out of the box. Now, I've got a GP 100 in 357 mag that it was a bear when I first got it. The trigger pull was obviously a lawyer pull. It was so heavy that the gun would move as I'm trying to pull.
Yeah.
So I put new springs in it, and then I also took the whole thing apart, and I smoothed it up. I took a stone to all the friction points on it. It's nice now. It's very nice. You can do exactly what Todd was saying. You can pull it back and stage it. It's even to the point where I can flip the chambers around without making it fire just by using the trigger.
Oh wow!
Yeah, without dropping the hammer.
Oh nice.
Of course, I don't do that with live ammo.
Right.
Ever no.
Surprise, surprise! Russian roulette. Roulette.
But yeah, I think it's much easier to work on revolver triggers to get them to where they're more reasonable.
Yeah.
With a striker fired pistol, I wouldn't know where to begin to make that nicer.
So some of the stuff that he lists as guns, good and bad, I agree with most of it. Some of it I disagree with. So,
right.
Yeah.
So let me throw this out there really quick before you go. Yeah. Oh, hey, I've talked about this before. Just come back to me. I hear a lot of people say this in class when they come to class. So I don't think the sights on this gun are right. And because I think I need to adjust them. Will you help me figure that out? So have you ever had a gun come in that store, brand new, that the sights have been off?
No. Well, okay. They look like they're off. Like there was a Glock, a G45, which is kind of the civilian version.
I think I saw that one.
The civilian version of the Glock 19X. And they put like aftermarket sights on it. And that rear sight was like almost all the way to the right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
that would be the only one I would say.
So,
When I bought my,
oh, you're good. No, you're good. You're good.
I've got a Model 30 that I bought brand new, and it had the white outline U in the back that's adjustable, and then the white post in the front, and the white U in the back was way over to one side.
Yeah.
Just visually looking at it, it looks like it's off, but
Right.
then you shoot it, it's right on.
Yeah, that's the thing that I was wondering is that
Yeah.
G45 the same way. I didn't shoot it, so I don't know, but
Anyhow, it's typically not the guns. Don't mess with the sights, man. Find
at
out
least
if
have
it's
somebody
something
else shoot it or have several other people shoot it.
Because
first.
once you start knocking those sights around,
Yeah.
you're gonna play hell trying to get them all lined back up again.
Right,
You really are.
Yeah, you'll know right away if somebody else shoots it and they're hitting every time.
Yeah.
That it's not the gun, it's you.
And one more question just for you, because I haven't seen you for a while. I don't. Did you ever see my VP9 after I messed with the trigger on it?
Oh, when you put that flat trigger on it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
did.
pretty
Okay,
slick.
I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure you had felt that before.
Yeah, yeah.
Thought you'd be
I did, yeah.
impressed. I tore it all apart and put it back
I
together.
know, I was so impressed that you did it by yourself.
I did.
But you didn't clean it.
So no, I did not.
Had it all
I will say the weather is getting colder. We're getting close to gun cleaning time.
Yeah, once a year.
So I need to have the wife cook up some bacon.
Get a big griddle so you can catch it all. In
There you go.
Catch.
Okay, you got some information. You're on ammunition, right?
Yeah. Some bullet points on ammunition. To be honest with you,
You're the ammo guy.
most of this, well, reloading, I know a little bit about. But he's talking about he doesn't have very good things to say about Hornady critical defense.
What does he say about it?
Interesting.
Because
They
you don't
aren't
really.
bad in some calibers, he says, but they're less than stellar in others. In general, critical defense line is eclipsed by a Federal HST, Spear Gold Dot,
Yeah.
or Winchester Ranger.
I got really old Spear Gold Dot.
Yeah.
Really old.
That's what I used to when I first, back in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Getting into it, gold dots were the thing. Oh, they were hot shit back then.
Yeah.
The
He,
flying ash
he has
and
an
all
interesting article about black talons in there, too.
Oh, and he says down here he says there's nothing magical about Winchester Black Talon ammunition.
But it's black talon.
Some people say it must be too deadly. That's
well,
why it was
I
discontinued.
get asked that a lot. I get asked if it's illegal.
You know,
I'm like, no.
here's the thing. It was discontinued, and this is just me, right? If someone said, "Hey, I got some black talon," I'll say, "Yeah." I'll be, "Oh shit! How much you want for it?" It's exactly what I do. Here's my left nut. I'll give you the black talon.
He says Winchester discontinued it because it was because of bad publicity. That's the only reason.
I heard the
Which is probably
I heard
because-
Ranger came out with the Ranger whatever. They're like the same thing.
Here's the same thing. Yeah, Ranger SXT.
SXTs,
Yep,
yeah,
SXT
Functionally
rounds.
Same thing.
identical bullet.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, there's a cool story behind the black talons, right? I mean,
Black talons.
you gotta
Remind us. Tell us.
Yeah, it
Tell us
wasn't
the
like
story.
supposed to be like armor piercing, deadly.
It
Makes
sounds
your
like a kung fu movie to me.
freaking make your freaking brain explode. I mean, it was. You gotta have it.
Yeah.
Like,
Gotta have it.
it's like poison. You just touch it and you're dead.
Yeah, I gotta have. I gotta. If you got any black talons, I don't even care what
When
caliber.
you shoot it,
Let
it makes like
me
it
know.
makes like a screaming eagle sound. Like,
Oh, like Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah. You know the cartoon gun.
yeah. The one where,
Yeah. He shoots the bullets and then it's a tomahawk round.
Yeah.
well, kind of like that, but it's a screaming eagle. Like it just.
Oh, the sound of
the
an
screeching
eagle screams
Yeah.
every time you
Yeah,
pull the
because it's
trigger.
black talon. You know.
Yeah. Arr. Oh my gosh. Let's see. He bags on
I'd pay some money for some black talons. I really
Winchester
would.
silver tip. He bags on those just because they're so old. He says they work great if you're just shooting at someone who's naked, but if they're wearing clothes, it's not going to go through. MagSafe.
Good to know.
MagSafe ammo.
They're made not to penetrate.
You know, here's the thing: is as long as it's got to penetrate denim, it's
Yeah.
got to
Yeah.
because
It'll
if
clog.
Biden becomes president, we're going to be shooting people
everyone
in the
in the
knees.
Yeah.
So,
That's right.
I saw a picture the other day. Someone
Of the
posted-
Target?
The Target.
I
yeah.
posted that.
That I got a picture the other day from Todd that Todd posted. New police targets. They're no longer torsos. They're
Knees.
a leg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. The 10 ring is now the kneecap, the patella.
I capped him, literally.
Let's see. He recommends carrying the same rounds that your police department does. He says that's usually pretty good advice.
Yeah.
LE rounds, yep.
Unless your local PD carries semi-jacketed soft point 45 ACP.
Oh,
Okay, silence. Yeah, whatever the hell that is supposed to be, right?
Well, I mean, literally, the LE rounds are pretty much. I think they're going to be like a Hydroshock or an HST.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And then you go, let's see, MagSafe ammo. You even know what that is?
magazine safe ammo. I don't know.
MagSafe ammo.
Yeah.
Selling point is its lack of penetration. Only
Maybe
So it
penetrates
doesn't over penetrate.
It might be like a
Frangible type round.
type. Yeah.
Yeah.
Choose defensive round that penetrates at least 12 inches of ballistic gelatin.
It probably is like it's going to be like a frangible or something that they advertise. Possibly you can shoot in a house and it's not going to go through like a sheetrock wall or something like that. Or you know, and you hear people like, "Well, I can carry that shit on an airplane." Whatever.
Yeah. Whatever.
Oh, jeez. Just carry a paintball gun. He does. Federal Hydroshock ammunition is similar to the silver tips. They don't penetrate very well. Generally avoid it, except in 38 ACP.
Give me some black talons. I want the black talons. Give me this.
And a crack pipe.
And a crack pipe. Holsters. This is my favorite topic.
That's your topic.
I know. Holsters. So we don't recommend Uncle Mike's.
We don't?
No, get closer to the microphone. We can't hear you.
We don't?
No, we don't. Why? How many Uncle Mike? Do you guys sell Uncle Mike's over there, Dean B?
No, we don't.
No, those are just
Nylon pockets.
nylons. Yeah, okay, yeah, nylon pockets.
Nylon pockets. And usually what happens is you'll see little guns just buried in them. It'll be like it's like a one size fits like 48 different guns. And yeah, not a good way to go. Okay. You see a lot of they'll make like a lot of like drop leg type style holsters, and
That's awesome. You know, I bought one of those way back when for hiking.
yeah, I will. And here's the thing. So we got to be nice. And there's a whole other article I was actually going to print off, and it talked about the influx of new gun owners and new concealed carry holders and stuff like that. And they're like, they're going to do stuff and they're going to do stuff wrong. But we have to all remember we were once there, right? And they talked about how we need to be nice to them and help them and guide them and direct them and not make fun of them on the internet.
But they did that to us.
I know they did it to us. I know they did it to us. It says, talking about Uncle Mike's, these holsters have clips secured to the belt. They collapse when the gun is removed. You can't reholster without your support hand, which is dangerous. You get that finger in there and hit that trigger. They even talked about. I don't have any. I did have an Uncle Mike's holster at one time. I carried my FEG PA 63.
You what?
My FEG.
You what?
Shut up. And another brand of holster that they talk about is Phobos. Does anyone have any experience with Phobos holsters?
That sounds as bad as Fig.
Yeah, crickets.
Phobos, it says, is another brand that screams amateur. It says their products are crap. Man, don't carry them.
It's relentless.
I know. It says, and carrying a tiny gun in a Phobos paddle holster is absolutely ludicrous. Tiny guns weren't meant to be carried in places larger guns can't be. If you're going to carry in a paddle holster covered by a coat, then carry a full-size gun in a paddle holster that actually retains the gun. It makes sense, right?
Yeah, retention is key. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know, this next one, he talks about hybrid holsters. And to be honest with you, I can see over time, but he calls out some of the big holster makers. He calls out Alien Gear and Crossbreed.
Wow.
Yeah. He says they often cause problems as they age. Now, I can understand that, right? So
Right.
a hybrid holster is made from leather and Kydex.
And usually neoprene or something else too.
Well, with Alien Gear,
Yeah.
yes. So Alien Gear has a neoprene back
Yeah.
that protect from the moisture, and then they have a Kydex shell that's
on a leather.
that's attached to it. Where Crossbreed has a leather backing, and they were big when I first got in this. When I first started concealed carry, they were huge, right? They have a leather backing with a Kydex shell, and I will tell you this: they're comfortable as hell. But over time, that leather, and I don't know about the neoprene because I haven't dealt with Alien Gear, but over time, that leather starts to stretch. and it gets loose and it can fold down and everything, because that leather is a giant piece of leather and it's usually got a kind of an interesting shape to it. It's made to form to your body shape. And what happens is that top little piece of leather will start to fold down like that. So when you reholster, it can get dangerous if you're not careful.
It can catch.
Yeah, it can catch. Yeah, leather breaks down over time, and I mean it can catch.
That
so
neoprene and nylon it'll roll over, and yeah.
Not good.
This is what he says. He says, they may be comfortably initially, which they are. It says, but I haven't had many students wear them successfully on a daily basis for a long time. If you're carrying IWB in the waistband, I would generally recommend an all leather or an all Kydex holster, not a hybrid. Because if they go on all leather, what they can do is they can reinforce that mouth. They can either put a piece of Kydex like inside the mouth or double up really thick leather or something to keep it open. He also says carrying a gun butt forward on the strong side is a poor choice. The draw is slow and awkward. Retention is difficult. So
what? You mean like
cross
shit,
draw?
or?
No. We'll talk about it in just a minute. I know exactly what he's talking about. It says you almost always muzzle yourself when presenting the pistol. So what he's talking about is like when I first bought my crossbreed holster, you can figure out I could actually adjust the cant on it. So so if the gun is like this, right? And grip back, you could actually cant it forward. It's called the FBI cant. So supposedly it's quicker to draw. It's really not. And when you do that, the gun's pointing at you.
Yeah.
Essentially, when you draw, it's already cockeyed back. So you're going to muzzle yourself the entire way around when you draw the gun. So I can see what he's getting out there. And I used to do those things. I was new, man. I mean, I carried in a crossbreed, which I'm still going to recommend, possibly, right? I mean, you're going to see the area. It's better than an Uncle Mike's by far. Alien gear, I don't see a lot of people coming. Alien gear, as popular as they are, I don't see a lot of people doing the alien gear holsters. I really don't.
I have an alien gear for my Glock.
Are they big and bulky now? It seems like they got huge.
It is a little big and bulky. It's comfortable, but the only downside to it is trying to get it on, like the clips.
Yeah.
I prefer just my regular straight up one clip Kydex holster.
Yeah.
Just slip it right on.
When I got my crossbreeds, you know what I had a problem with is you'd put them over the belt and you'd be walking.
Oh, you hear that? Yeah.
They would squeak.
You could hear it?
Yeah. Those damn things would squeak.
Yeah, like the clips and the bushings
and I'm like taking it apart. I get like a little piece of sandpaper. I'm trying to rough it up. So nothing, dude. I had to put like a little flower in there, a little something so it didn't squeak.
Yeah.
I'd be sitting in church and I'd move it. Dang it. My wife would look over at me like, yeah, that was me.
It's my artificial hip.
That's right. So here is another one that is a big pet peeve of mine, right? And we saw this actually in a church shooting. It kind of got a guy killed. Small of the back holsters are stupid. That's what he said.
You're stupid.
That's right. Small of the back holsters are stupid. They print every time you bend forward. They are slow to draw from, and they're almost impossible to defend from a gun grab.
Yeah.
I posted on Facebook a picture there. I forget which company it was. It was a holster company that they were advertising small to back carry. I just posted it the other day, like last week, and it showed this guy climbing a mountain, and he was carrying his pistol like small of the back. And it says, and he climbs to the top of the mountain, and he's certain that his holster carried small of the back will be there when he arrives. You know, at the top of the mountain. And I posted up there something about, and they actually said his name was like Ron or something. Ron climbs to the top of the mountain, and I'm like, Ron's gonna freaking fall and become a paraplegic when he lands on that gun that's sitting right over the top of his freaking spine. And
crushed vertebrae.
It's small of the back. You can't defend it. It's dangerous. And as you saw in that Texas, the last church shooting we had in Texas, that gentleman was reaching for a small of the back holster, and unfortunately, it's too obvious, it's too slow, and he died. Small of the back, not a good way to carry a firearm. It's really not. And you see that every now and then. Have you seen that in the store?
Oh yeah, people show it to me all the time. It's like, I just got this new holster for this gun that it's like, I'm looking around like all shifty eyed, and then they're like,
Let me show it to you.
check it out, and lift their shirt up. And I'm like,
They bend over and show you your butt crack too.
I'm like, gee, that's great. Happy for you. You know? You know the whole concept of concealed, don't you?
Yeah. I'm concealing it in my butt crack.
That's when I hand them your card. Here, you need to go take a class.
And I appreciate that.
You ever advocate prison wallet carry?
Yeah, no
People-
keystring. Yeah,
Small of the back is just as bad. Yeah.
yeah. You just see the trick to that is you got to when you do.
You know what the trick. You know what the trick to that is, don't you? You know what the trick to that is?
Hammerless revolver. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Hey,
snagging.
whoa. Lots of bacon grease. Lots of bacon grease. I'm selling it. It's my new side business. Prison wallet. I'm gonna become a holster maker and sell bacon
Right?
grease.
And call it prison wallet.
I know that's all I need. That's the only supply I need is bacon grease. Oh,
You should make like. I think you got it, man. just mark. Just like get a bunch of bacon grease, bottle it. You know,
I just put.
you got to microwave it a little bit, and then it's
Check
good
out
to go,
pa-
man.
Check out Patriot Defense's new prison wallet. Doing a prison pack. I had to come up with some fancy name for it. Prison pack.
Comes with the latex glove and everything.
For your protection.
Free prostate exam.
Better yet, I'll put the bacon grease in a little spritz bottle, heat it up for 30 seconds in the microwave.
There you go.
Perfect.
It'll be great. Your gun will never rust. Okay.
Bang!
That's right. Oh man. So real quick, and then we'll finish up. We've gone over an hour, dude. We've got some good content today.
Good content.
Good content.
Yeah, good content.
So I've just finished up almost. I got another month left of this women's group that I've put together. This women's shooting group, and I've talked about it before. And we started in the spring, and we were going to end a few months ago, but they wanted me to keep going till November because they've just enjoyed it so much. It was kind of a trial run. I just, I helped them if they had questions. I just gave them a safe place to shoot, and they enjoyed it so much. And I enjoyed having them out here. So I put together something bigger for next year. I'm already planning next year. And it's called the #NotMe Women's Shooting Academy.
As opposed to the #MeToo movement.
Yeah,
that just
which
happened,
this is, instead of just saying, hey, look, this happened to me, let's go #NotMe.
Yeah.
And learn some ways to keep this from, more defensive ways to keep this from happening to you. Kind of go proactive here.
Yeah.
And you guys saw the lineup. I know you saw it. I know you both saw it. And so I'm going to run this. It's going to be 2 days a month, 2 Thursdays a month, running from February clear to the end of November. And we're not just shooting. We've got an intros to shooting, a safety. We're talking about fundamentals. We're going to talk about defensive mindset and the OODA loop one night. We got a guy, in fact, Magnum's going to come help us. He used to work in like a rape crisis center. And he's going to come help them learn like open hand without a gun, like combat, like to fight off an attacker. He's going to come in. We're going to do a first aid, stop the bleed type class. Then we're going to have a bunch of shooting. We're going to talk about carry options. We're going to have go over first responder videos. We're going to have drawing and firing. We're going to have shooting and moving, mag changes and shooting. We're going to go through. I think we're going to do some UTM scenarios where they get to shoot at me. And maybe you if I can give it to you guys to come.
I'm down.
Sweet. Are you down?
As long as I get to wear a cup.
Yeah, you never actually got it. Well, you got shot
I got
once.
shot in the back.
I'm the guy that left with freaking welts all over my arms.
Yeah.
You're so upset.
It was it was completely eye opening. What a
Oh yeah.
what a shit show it is when you get in that situation.
But I think this group here, I think this is going to be fun this summer. I look forward to this. This is going to be a lot of fun having those ladies over here to do all that. It's been a blast this year watching them from the beginning to the end and how much they've improved. So, have any of you guys ever done any like night shooting, by the way? Like shooting at night?
like with flashlights and
Yeah. So I thought about having them out one night, and I was going to ask. I've never actually done that really. Just on the range, I thought we just either flashlight or just like a headlamp, and they can see what it's like to shoot in like low light conditions.
with that muzzle flash and everything.
Yeah.
going on.
So I think we're actually going to do that next month. No, I think that'll be fun, and then we're going to have a gun cleaning night.
Nice.
I'm going to save up a bunch of bacon grease and show them how to do it right.
Who's going to show them how to do it? What?
Do you guys want to come help? You
I was
can.
gonna say, are you sure?
There's literally nothing in it for you, but do you want to come help or show them how? We're not cleaning them for them.
Yeah.
You guys are more than welcome to come.
Let me know the date. I'll be here.
Okay. It'll be, we got one coming up though. I'll let you know.
I mean, hopefully I'll be here.
If you're around. Yeah. And I do want to say one more thing. If you listen to the podcast, you'd have heard us talk about this before, Mr. Dean.
I like how you give me the stink eye when you say that.
Do you see my eucalyptus mint candle here?
You're stroking it.
So I was using it to blacken, to carbon up my...
Oh, your lead casting?
Yeah, because I can't find like birthday candles anymore. I don't even freaking have birthday candles.
So did you like get high out here while you're burning your candle?
No, get this.
Didn't smell too bad. But
So I burnt, we actually lit it for the last podcast. It smells okay.
you know, like in the summer when it gets really hot out here,
Smells like soap.
it smells like a locker room.
Yeah.
So anyhow, I use that to carbon up my molds, and I'm over there. And so the next day I came in to cast bullets, cast some 9mm, and I'm over there and I'm like, my mold starts to get hot, and I'm like, this is some damn good smelling bullets.
Serious?
Yeah.
So not only does bullets like go down the barrel and, you know, do what they're supposed to do, but they smell good doing it.
So they smell like eucalyptus and
mint.
bacon.
And bacon and mint, eucalyptus mint and bacon.
Eucalyptus, mint, bacon, yeet.
It's an interesting combination.
Bacon.
That's right, exactly. Well, I just want to end the show and say, do you got anything else?
Yeah, I got one thing.
Okay, I saw you
got to get this out of the way.
I saw you scrolling. The black talons.
The black talons.
The black talons.
I don't know if people could hear that or not, but I just had to do it.
Did you need to send me that? I'll put that on my. Yeah, that's. Do it again one more time. Hold it right up. Hold it right up there.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. Hang on.
Get it up there. That's awesome. I just heard America.
That's right.
Nice. The black talons. I'll tell you, if anyone's got any black talons, let me know. I'll take them off your hands. I will pay good money for some black talons. It's been a dream of mine. I have a dream. And it includes black talons.
And some bacon grease.
And some bacon grease. Okay. So if you listen to the podcast, we sure appreciate it. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Share it on social media. The holidays are coming. We talk about this every year. Holidays are coming. You guys are sitting down for Thanksgiving is, coming up. You guys are sitting down for Thanksgiving. I want you to put that podcast on while you're eating your dinner. Share it with the family. Are we family friendly?
Thanksgiving dinner, sometimes,
Share it with your family. We sure do appreciate it. If you got any comments, if you got any questions, you can call me. You can text me, area code 620-794-6223. That's area code 620-794-6223. People get a hold of me, and I will chat with you via text message. And there was a listener, I forget his name. It's not right in front of me, but I was going back and forth with him quite a bit. Actually, I may have his. Let me pull it up. I go back and forth was texting him back and forth quite a bit, and then all of a sudden, he disappeared. This is Alex. He disappeared, and I didn't know where. I didn't know where he went. Right,
Kaiser Soze.
He's in the military. He got deployed for like a year and a half.
Oh, nice.
And then he came back and he texted me and he told me that he got a bunch of soldiers over in Kuwait hooked on the podcast, and they listened to it all over there now. So that's pretty cool.
So we're in Kuwait.
I don't know.
Well, not,
but are we
they're home now? I mean,
are we in Australia though?
Yeah, we're still in Australia.
You're still there. The one.
But I do want to say this to Alex. He is going where he told me in here. He is taking an NRA firearms instructor course, and then he's going to go take a get certified with the NRA, and he's going to go get certified with the USCCA to be an instructor. So I wish him the best, and I am probably going to go get
Chimichanga?
I'm going to go get certified at the USCCA probably beginning of next year. So, but good luck. Good luck to Alex, and thanks for listening, and thanks to everyone listening, especially if you're in Kuwait.
Thanks for your service.
Thanks for your service. Yep. If you're bored over there, you can send me a message. I'll answer. I got no problem doing that. But until then, we shall be back. Do you guys have any parting words?
No, I put the screaming eagle away. So,
discharge.
Okay. We're out of here. Bye.